share a little bit about intentionally building culture and how you use values and building teams and your own personal values to shape and reshape cultures?
Yeah. First of all, this isn't something that I like dreamt up or built. Like, this has been written about for a long time by people way smarter than me. And I've had the blessing of some leaders who really cared a lot about culture. And I had the blessing of witnessing leaders who professed to care about culture and didn't act in accordance with the culture they professed to care about.
You saw them outside of one of your values, which is authenticity.
Yeah, absolutely. There was an inauthentic connection point there of, wait a minute, we say these things, but I'm watching these things. What's going on there, right? And then you have a choice in that example in alignment with my values: speak up and influence, or don't and influence. But they're both influencing. And I think what I've learned is when you have a culture defined and you have a set of expectations of what it means to operate within that culture, and you yourself are required to do the same and held accountable to do the same, there's nowhere to hide, and there's no reason to hide, because you have this, I don't want to call it a rule book or a playbook, but there's an understanding of what is expected and why it's good and produces fruit. And if you don't have that, people don't know what's okay and what's not as an operating mode. And so then you have this, in any business, let's just take a 20 employee company. Without those cultural definitions, you have 20 people who come from 20 different lives of experience and influence, and most recently their last jobs that all had different cultures, trying to find out how they do the thing you're asking them to do. And so as a leader, whether it's a brand new taco truck or you've got 400 locations as a small business entrepreneur, or you're running the business like mine, if you don't take seriously the need to define and live and prove the value of culture within your business, you're missing the most secret ingredient for success. And I would say this, many, many people who run businesses today, this is not their forte. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Acknowledge it and hire your gap. We all have the gap. And if you don't have the natural gift of defining and living cultural values within a business, or it sounds like hogwash to you, I would tell anybody who hears this, take my advice and pay somebody to come into your business full time that does that well and can help extrapolate what you want, and watch what happens in the first couple of years, because it'll transform any business.
So what it sounds like you're saying is culture, especially designed culture, and authentic culture, is a competitive advantage.
Yeah, absolutely it is. But it's kind of funny. I don't even think of that when we're engaged in these conversations and we're trying to, build and continue to strengthen our culture as a business across, all of these different operating, models and states and people and roles. It's naturally a competitive advantage, and I wouldn't even put that on the table, because I think that is just something that becomes a side benefit, because the truth of the matter is, having that culture allows your people to live better lives. And when people are living better lives as employees and teammates of your business, they're running a better business. And of course, that's a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
But I don't walk around and think, now, how can our culture become a competitive advantage to these three competitors? Because I kind of don't want to spend time thinking about that. I want to make our culture as rich and beautiful and productive as it can be for the people that are here, and let the rest take care of itself.